This assignment is for internet safety. The first question, it says, using information from the provided resources, why is internet safety so important, and what is your role as an educator in teaching internet safety to your students? Internet safety is a big thing for students because internet and the computers are being used daily. Internet, since you are using internet daily, more things might happen. Like sexting, cyberbullying, inappropriate sites for youths or for older people. So all these things play a big role into teaching them what to do if they get on a website that they shouldn't be on, and what to do to prevent getting on those websites in the future and as now. So describe how you can teach internet safety in your future classrooms. That training that we had to take for one of the websites really helped me to teach it necessarily. How I would teach it in my classroom is, for one, I would have like a poster, blah blah, and saying like how to use a website correctly, and I'd give out like all the information, and then I would really talk to them whenever we're using the computers that we need the websites for, to talk about what things they might encounter and how to prevent the things, and if they do it, what to do to help me as them so they wouldn't go across those websites again. So I would really help them, and I wouldn't want to scare them, because if I scare them, then they're not wanting to come to me to prevent it the next time or for the next student. So I really want to make them feel like they can come to me if they have encountered any of these websites that they shouldn't be on, and for me to prevent it the next time. For instance, my school blocked websites, so we could only get on certain websites. So I'd probably be talking to the board or the principal to block these websites. Yes, you cannot block every website, and yes, there are ways to go from getting around the block system, but for the most part, for the little kids, since I'm pretty much doing kindergarten, preschool, I would just block those websites that they might encounter, and try to save my way from going there. Now, if they do, I need to make sure to answer their questions, because everyone has questions, especially young people, about what these websites are. Maybe some might be inappropriate, but I want to make sure that they come to me and why they shouldn't go on that website. If I just say, oh, it's just inappropriate, blah blah blah, they might be more interested in it and want to go back to that website and learn more about it. So that's why you should always answer all their questions that they might have, and after school, let the parent know what happened during that day so they could talk about it. This part and question 3 might go along with a little bit, but so I'll just say question 3 real fast. Reflect on the main points described in the Use Safety article. Describe what useful information you were able to take away from that. So what I learned, this will answer number 1 too, what I'll teach in the classrooms and talking to the parents. 93%, let me make sure that I got that right. No, 93% of parents said they had a conversation with their kids about these websites. Only 63, when they interviewed these students, only 63 actually had talked to the kids about the websites or the bad websites that they could get onto. Cyberbullying is a huge one nowadays, and sexting. Sexting's not for older kids, but it could happen with younger kids. But mostly cyberbullying is a big one for all ages. Cyberbullying, if you don't know what it is pretty much people who cannot, this is my opinion, cannot tell you in front, so they'll do it over the computers, and sometimes they use usernames that they won't know who's saying this, and they just have trash talk everyone or certain people. The article that I read really said there's no reason, or they cannot find any reasons who get targeted in the cyberbullying, or who have been cyberbullied in the past. So there's really no reason why they are, or there's not like a race, or their skin, their hair color, or how smart they are, or anything. There's no really reason for it, just people do it. Also, I found out that cyberbullying is increasing a ton, and like I said, that's a big one. Because more people are on computers, there are more reasons to get away with it, or not to find who's bullying who to get in trouble. They just do this, and they gang up. It's easier to do it online than it is in person, like I said. Some people are completely different when they're online versus in person. So maybe they're more comfortable with computers, and that's how they get through being the stronger person or something. 1 in 3 people have sexual contents than sexual harassments. Also, porn is increasing rapidly. This is more for older kids, so you need to be watching out for people who are watching porn or something. Even for younger kids, they might be interested in something, and so they might search something and something pops up for that. So you do need to be watching for that. Teaching them about bad behavior for that is very important. And I've found these stats or results have kind of really shocked me. 42% of people have felt safe while they're using their computers. 44 felt somewhat safe while using computers. 3 felt completely unsafe, and about 10% felt somewhat unsafe. I felt like, my personal thing, I would feel like more people would feel unsafe than they are safe. Like, for example, for Facebook. I use Facebook daily for my MLM company, Synergens. So what I do is add people to my thing, and I feel quite a bit like kind of unsafe, because here I'm adding these people who I don't know, or sending these products out to strangers that I don't know but just been recommended to. So then they have all my information, my address, my email, my phone number, and all these things that they could get to me, and who I am as a person. So then I feel like I'm kind of unsafe, and I need to watch what I put on Facebook, because some of these people that I might not know from my business can actually be a whole different person. And so I really do feel kind of unsafe for this business, but I try to make it as safe as possible. The next question says, what were your thoughts after exploring the NetSmart's website, including the Teaching Digital Citizens training? Do you feel like the training program is relevant and useful for all educators? I think all teachers need to use the training website and be certified in it for a teacher, because you don't realize how much can happen when you are using a website, or you might not think of things that have happened and actually have happened. So I do think it's very important for all educators and even parents to take that quiz and be certified for online safety. What are your thoughts after exploring it and completing it? My thoughts are I'm pretty glad I took the program and took the training, the certificate, because I feel like now as a teacher, or even for my nephew, I can be aware of what's going on and always be checking on him. And if something does occur, or even in the future for students, I know how to prepare for that and what to do for those circumstances. That is what I have for this safety assignment, and that is all.